Hey everyone, so here to talk to you about when you make plane reservations, the actual type of plane that you fly on matters as far as on-time service, is getting you to your destination on time. Many times when you make a reservation, you can actually choose the type of plane you fly on, because the busy routes are going to have many types of planes you can choose from, and you can pick the type you want. Now, to give you an example, United Airlines, their 737 is on time 82% of the time. That's their best performing plane. The 757 is 70% on time, and the 747 is only 66.2% on time. But 1 month from now, they're going to replace the last of those and no longer fly 747s. And I will say that their wide-body cancellation rates are down 60% since 2014, so they are improving quite dramatically. Now, Delta, Delta is going to replace the last of its 747s by the end of this year with the Airbus A350. Now, in the past few years, Delta has really improved and cut down their cancellation rate, so their on-time rate is one of the highest in the industry, so Delta is really good. Also, different model airplanes, and first of all, I would say it gets this information from a airline data firm called Mass Flight, but some model airplanes perform dramatically better with other airlines because those airlines are managing it better. For example, the McDonnell Douglas plane, the MD-88, which is 26 years old here at Delta, their cancellation rate is only 0.6%, but at American Airlines it's 2.7%, and then the on-time rate for the MD-88 with Delta, that's its best performing airplane, that's 82.8% on-time rate, but as you can see at American Airlines, the same plane is only 69.1% on time. Now, Delta's technical data team has been working hard to improve things. One of the things they do, they predict parts that are liable to break. They redesign some of those parts and then add tracking monitors to track them, and then they proactively replace those parts well before the maintenance schedule says to, and this has dramatically cut down on delays and cancellations. In 2010, Delta had 5,600 flights canceled for maintenance issues. That dropped way down to 303 cancellations last year, and then so far this year there's only been 70 Delta flights canceled due to maintenance issues. Now, American Airlines, their Senior Vice President of Integrated Operations, David Seymour, says it's not necessarily the plane but how we operate it. One of the biggest problems, like he says, if there are no planes reserved for spares, then the airline fleets will become less reliable, because when there's issues you need to be able to swap airplanes. And if small fleets are spread amongst many hubs, then the chances to be able to swap out an airplane are pretty much negligible, and so that's going to dramatically increase delays and cancellations. Now, in the summer of 2016, there were 6 different wide-body airplanes flying international flights from Chicago, and they couldn't really swap when they had problems, because you can't swap one model for the other, because obviously there's different seating charts and such. So they're starting to rectify this dramatically. This summer that just ended, they cut that down to only 3 different types of wide-body airplanes to fly international from Chicago. and reliability improved. And then next summer, all international flights out of Chicago will fly on the Boeing 787. So this will dramatically reduce cancellations and delays, and because they're going to be, the ability to swap is going to be huge. Now, Americans, and that was for American Airlines, by the way. Now, American, its on-time rate for their different planes, the Airbus A320 arrives 76.5% on time. The Boeing 737 is 74%. The Boeing 787 is 73.4%. The Airbus A330 arrives 72% on time. The Boeing 757 is 70.9%. The Boeing 777 is 69.6%. The MD-88 is 69.1%. And the Boeing 767 is the worst performing model for American, and that arrives only 65.3% of the time. So just keep in mind when you're on there making a reservation, especially if you have a connection, it's really important to take in consideration the type of model airplane you're flying on, because you know, if you choose one of the better ones, your odds go way up of arriving on time. So anyways, thought I'd share that with you, and have a good day.